Martin, I want to talk about the cost of QC on the, I guess, opportunity cost there. But
Right.
you talk about, you know, how to increase profit. And I'm going to mess up these percentages. I'll just let you talk about it. But just reducing costs, how quickly you can like increase your profit percentage wise just by
Right.
eliminating a small cost from a QC issue.
Well, just an example I use all the time, it comes out of a table, and I happen to have this one memorized. But if you have a 35% gross profit margin, the difference between sales and labor and material, and you make a 7% net profit, which is what most companies are in that range, a 1% increase in your margin, in other words, going from 35% to 36%, will increase your net profit 15%. So if you remove an hour, you never get big things. The big things are obvious, and you walk out there and go, well, that's backwards. That sometimes it does, but it's always little things. And I'm glad you asked that question, Khalil, because a lot of people overlook the little things because they think, well, it's just a little thing. It's just 1%. No, 1% is 15% of 7%. 7% is your share. You just increased it 15%. So,
Yeah.
there are more and more examples. If you're not reworking a kitchen or you're not redoing the concrete because you poured it in the wrong place, there's the cost of doing that. In other words, the out of pocket, buy more concrete, buy more boards. But there's also the work that you didn't get to do because you did this one twice. And so it's a huge compound effect. And once you realize that and start paying attention to the little things, which is what we're here to talk about today, things just explode in a good way, in a good
Yeah.
way. And that's the name of the game. And it's huge.
It's huge. I think another opportunity cost that people don't think about, and Jacob alluded to this a minute ago, but whenever you do have a quality control issue and the customer is aware of it, and let's say it's really terrible, I mean that has an impact on your sales, especially if they go and they leave you a poor Google review, especially if they go and they take pictures of it and post it to Facebook and talk about how to never use this company again and all that kind of stuff. I mean, you're really talking about a damage to your brand and reputation, which will absolutely impact future sales. And then you've got to go and do not quality control, but damage control at that point, right? So just something to also consider, as we're talking about quality control and you're like, well, that's not that important right now. There are impacts to, the opportunity costs, not just the actual cost of
Right.
goods sold or just operations.